Max here with the MFC Day Camp, and for sports this week, I'm going to be teaching you guys how to properly throw a football. So let's get right into it. So to get us started, let's talk about how we're going to actually hold the football, how we're going to grip it. What we want is to get 2 or 3 fingers, if we can get the pinky up, on the actual rib on the football, so that we get a nice grip on it. Your index finger is going to be behind, and your thumb's going to be around the other side. So they're holding like the back of the ball, and you've got grip with these fingers up front. So it looks something like this. The ball should sit like that right in your hands. Alright, so now that we know how to properly hold our ball, let's talk about our stance for when we're throwing. So what we're going to want to do is stand feet shoulder width apart, and then we're going to put our opposite foot forward. So I'm going to be throwing with my right hand, so I'm going to put my left foot forward. If you were throwing with your left hand, you're going to put your right foot forward, still shoulder width apart. So my left foot's going to go forward, and then you're just going to twist your body towards the ball, towards your throwing hand. Just give your body a little bit of a twist. So if I was throwing with my left hand, that feels weird. Then my right foot would go forward, and I'm going to twist. I'm going to twist towards. Great, so now that we know how we're holding the ball and how we're going to stand, I'm going to get back in my stance. Opposite foot forward, feet shoulder width apart. Going to hold the ball up here. We're going to twist towards the ball, and you can just use that opposite hand as support right now just to hold it, because it's just irrelevant right now. We're just going to use it for some support. So to start our throwing motion, what I'm going to have you guys do is hold the ball right beside your ear. Right beside your ear. We're going to put it right up there. Our shoulder's going to get cocked back a bit. It's going to hold right here, and then we're going to put that ball right beside our ear. The reason I'm getting you guys to do this is because it's a really bad habit to when you throw a ball or any kind of ball, a baseball, a football, it can be a really bad habit to throw sideways, like use a sidearm and come around. But what we really want to make sure we do when we're throwing a football is come right over top. We don't want to come off to the side because that'll really mess up our nice spin at the end. What we want to do is come right over top. That's why I'm getting you to start right at your ear, because if we start right here and we come back a bit, we can come right over top. It just lines us up nice and easy. So, twist it to the side, ball's up by our ear, hand supporting. Now when we go to throw, our supporting hand can come off right in front of us, and we're going to bring the ball forward, over top, right in front of us. Not off to the side, over top, just like that. Now we move on to the most important part of throwing a football, the most important step, and that's the release of the ball. Once we move forward, we throw our ball over top forward, what we want to do is get a spin on the ball. We want a nice spiral. To accomplish this, when we let go of the ball, you're almost just gonna spin it yourself. You're gonna twist your hand a bit, fingers come down, you're gonna twist your hand to give it that spin. So we can practice that right here. We can just practice bringing your fingers down and twisting the ball when you release. So you get just a bit of a spin on it, like that. So we can sit here, we can practice that for just a little bit. Get that motion down. When you throw, you bring your fingers around and spin it. Now, an important part is once we get that spin, by bringing our fingers down, is to completely follow through with the wrist. This is the part that I always left out when I was growing up, is when we release and we get that spin, is to actually follow through with the wrist. I know that the ball's gone and it doesn't make sense. It might not make sense in your head, but make sure you do it. It helps the throw completely. Trust me. So, starting at the ear, coming over top, giving it that spin, but we're going to follow through with the wrist. So we can practice that right here as well. Throwing it up and following through. Getting the spin and follow through with the wrist. So now that we have all the steps, we got to put them together. So, we're going to start feet shoulder width apart, opposite foot forward, ball up with our hand. We're going to twist towards the ball, twist our body towards it. We've got our supporting hand. Now when we go to throw, we're going to let go of that supporting hand. We can put it out in front of us if that helps. We're going to bring the ball over top, starting past your ear. We're going to bring it over top instead of around the side, and we're going to give it that spin, and we're going to follow through with the wrist. We can start by just this motion. We can get right here, and we can just practice that. Practice that flick, because like I said, the release is the most important part of the throw. So now, if you want to see it all in one move, I'll show you. So I came over top, followed through, and release. Awesome. Now that I've turned you on to the next Tom Brady, stay safe, have fun. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see everyone next week.